While the world was watching the champions, a ghost was haunting the timing screens in Spain, and it wasn't wearing a red suit. Good evening from the digital paddock. Our lead story tonight centers on the Circuito de Jerez, where what was supposed to be a routine private testing session has evolved into a full-scale technical mystery. For years, the Monster Energy Yamaha project was considered a sleeping giant, tethered to an aging inline-4 engine philosophy, while the rest of the grid moved toward V4 dominance. However, leaked telemetry from the 2026 shakedown suggests that the sleeping giant hasn't just woken up, it has evolved. Observers on the ground reported a blacked-out YZR M1 prototype that sounded fundamentally different, emitting a guttural V4 roar that signaled the end of an era for Japanese engineering. Analysis: the shock isn't just the engine, it's the man piloting it. Toprak Razgatlioglu, the rookie sensation who many critics claimed would struggle with the transition from superbikes, has turned the paddock upside down. Reliable sources within the pit lane indicate that Toprak's lap times during the final sessions weren't just competitive, they were consistently faster than the 2025 pole position. This is statistically unprecedented for a prototype bike in its first major outing. While Yamaha officials remain tight-lipped, the data circulating among rival engineers tells a story of a machine that has somehow retained the agile, sweet-handling nature of the old Yamaha while gaining the brutal stopping power of a V4. As the sun set over the Spanish circuit, the mood in the rival garages shifted from curiosity to genuine concern. The question is no longer if Yamaha is back, but how far ahead they've actually gone. Yamaha didn't just change an engine, they changed their soul, and the results are terrifying the competition. We are digging deeper into the technical shift that has defined the early 2026 season. Yamaha's transition to the V4 engine layout was a gamble of historic proportions, led by technical director Massimo Bardolini. For decades, the inline-4 was Yamaha's identity, but as Ducati and KTM utilized V4 power to dominate top-speed traps, Yamaha was forced to adapt or fade away. This shift required a complete redesign of the chassis, aerodynamics, and weight distribution. Our technical correspondents note that the 2026 prototype features a revolutionary narrow-angle V4 that allows for a much slimmer fairing profile, significantly reducing aerodynamic drag, an area where Yamaha has historically struggled against the Italian manufacturers. Analysis: the strategic brilliance of this move lies in the timing. By launching the V4 in 2026, Yamaha is essentially using this season as a high-speed laboratory for the 2027 850cc regulations. However, the secret data suggests they haven't just built a test mule, they've built a weapon. Initial analysis of the bike's acceleration curves shows a 12% increase in torque delivery compared to the 2025 M1. But more importantly, the bike appears to have solved the rear grip crisis that plagued Fabio Quartararo for years. Inside the garage, rumors persist that the new engine braking software is the most advanced on the grid, allowing the rider to scrub off speed without upsetting the chassis. This technical synergy is what enabled Toprak to maintain his signature aggressive entry speed without losing the front end, a feat that has sent rival telemetry experts back to the drawing board in a desperate search for answers. He's not just riding the bike, he's breaking the laws of physics that every other rider has to follow. Our investigation now turns to the telemetry of Turn 6, the legendary dry sack hairpin, where the data shows a statistical impossibility. Throughout the Jerez test, Toprak Razgatlioglu was recorded braking nearly 20 meters later than the field. In the world of MotoGP, where races are won in centimeters, 20 meters is an eternity. This isn't just about bravery, it's about a unique harmony between man and machine. Unlike his predecessors, Toprak uses a stop-and-go style that relies on extreme front-end load. Engineers from rival teams were seen lining the fences with high-speed cameras, attempting to capture the exact moment Toprak releases the brake, as the bike's stability under such extreme stress seems to defy standard mechanical expectations. Analysis: what we are witnessing is the Toprak effect, meeting Yamaha's new engineering peak. The leak charts show that Toprak is able to maintain a higher lean angle while under maximum braking pressure than any other rider currently on the grid. This suggests that Yamaha has successfully developed a variable stiffness chassis that stays rigid during deceleration, but becomes supple the moment the rider hits the apex. This is the holy grail of motorcycle racing. While the rest of the field struggles with the chatter caused by modern aerowings, Toprak's V4 seems almost immune to it. Internal paddock whispers suggest that the Turk's feedback was so granular that the Japanese engineers were able to map the engine's power delivery to his exact wrist movements in real time. It is a level of synchronization that we haven't seen since the prime years of Marc Marquez and Honda. In a sport that loves to talk, the most dangerous team is the one that has gone completely silent. There is a psychological war brewing in the 2026 paddock, and silence is the primary weapon. Our reporters on the ground noted a stark contrast between the atmosphere at Yamaha and the rest of the manufacturers. While Ducati and Aprilia held multiple press scrums to discuss their air upgrades, the Yamaha garage remained behind closed shutters for nearly 40% of the testing window. Toprak himself was seen moving through the hospitality area with a detached, focused demeanor, avoiding the media and refusing to comment on the leaked lap times. This black Cadillac approach has created a vacuum of information that is causing visible frustration among rival team managers, who are now left to speculate based on grainy photos and second-hand reports. Analysis: this silence is a calculated move by Yamaha management to protect their technical advantage. In the high-stakes environment of MotoGP, Paddock whispers can be more damaging than actual race results. By staying quiet, Yamaha is forcing their rivals to chase ghosts. Several sources reported seeing lead engineers from the European Big Three gathering in front of timing monitors, their expressions turning from skepticism to genuine alarm as Toprak's pace remained unshakable. There is a sense that the hierarchy is collapsing. The 2026 season was supposed to be a foregone conclusion for the Italian brands, but the Yamaha resurrection has introduced a new, unpredictable variable. As one veteran mechanic put it, when a team works this hard to stay quiet, it's because they've found something that will change the championship forever. The real nightmare for the competition isn't how fast Toprak is for one lap, it's how fast he stays until the end. The final and perhaps most shocking piece of leaked data from Jerez concerns race durability. For years, Yamaha's Achilles heel was tire degradation. As the fuel load dropped and the rubber wore thin, the bike would lose its edge. However, the 2026 V4 race simulations tell a different story. According to our insiders, Toprak completed a full 25-lap simulation where his final lap was actually faster than his fifth. This suggests a level of mechanical efficiency that the competition simply hasn't matched. The new V4 power delivery appears to be so smooth that it preserves the rear Michelin tire far longer than the high-torque engines of the KTM and Ducati, giving Toprak a massive tactical advantage for the final laps of a Grand Prix. Analysis: this is the twist in the 2026 narrative. The championship isn't just about raw speed anymore, it's about thermal management and tire longevity. If the leaked data is accurate, Toprak Razgatlioglu will be able to attack in the final stages of a race while his rivals are forced into survival mode. This realization has sent a shockwave through the paddock. Rivals are now questioning the legality of Yamaha's cooling ducts and rear swingarm construction, suspecting a controversial advantage that has yet to be officially explained. As we move closer to the season opener, the pressure on Yamaha to reveal their secrets is mounting, but the message from Jerez is clear: something fundamental has changed in the world of MotoGP. The center of the sport has shifted, and at the heart of that change is one man and a machine that was never supposed to be this good.